St. Louis, and welcome back to the 314. My name is Mike. I am Quatorze, a video artist from South City, and this is your monthly look at some of the hip-hop and art happenings here in the gateway to the West. I'll be giving you 3 things that have recently caught my eye, 1 plug I get for myself on a project I'm currently working on, and as always, I wrap up the show with 4 things I think you should be paying attention to here in our scene. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This month, I'd like to do another special featurette focusing on different podcasts in the city. Podcasts have really taken off and are a great way for artists and different personalities to connect with their audiences in a way that you can't reach out to people through other more traditional media adventures. So I want to focus on 3 music-related podcasts in St. Louis that are doing different approaches in engaging their audiences with content that I think you would be interested in checking out. First up is Nina Productions, which is a creative consulting company that also has a focus on media production. This is Akita Keys, who is a music producer, and Darius. They've put together a podcast called Nina Talks, and it's very conversational in tone, but accessible in its own right. So this is something you can easily sit down with and digest. They put them up for free on SoundCloud, and occasionally they bring in special guests to help round out the perspective on the different topics that they're talking about. Certainly worth your time. They do different seasons with episodes that are broken up and that they release typically every week or so. Their second season is just about ready to begin, so put this on your radar. Check out Nina Talks, and you can listen to that for free on their SoundCloud. We also have the Fruit of the Boom podcast, which has 2 co-hosts, Matthew Sawiski, who is an audio engineer of Suburban Pro in South City, and JBJR, who is a producer, longtime producer here in St. Louis. They also run Fresh Produce, which I've mentioned before on the 314. That is a producer showcase beat battle that occurs every month at the Monocle. Fruit of the Boom is their music podcast baby. It's exceptional. They also regularly put out content for free on the web, and they bring in producers, DJs, just people who you don't often hear talk at length about music. And these people are critical to the success of music. Certainly producers who make the sounds that people create on top of with lyrics, and DJs who are out there pushing the music. So it's great to hear perspectives. The guests that they have, some of them are previous champions of Fresh Produce. Some of them are just regular producers and DJs that they know who are out there doing interesting things. So please check out that Fruit of the Boom podcast. You can get that one for free on the web. And finally, I want to mention one of the longest running music podcasts in St. Louis, and that is the Rock Paper Podcast ran by Shane Presley. He deserves super props on this thing. It is certainly the most active and most consistent music podcast. He's been doing this thing for years. I think he has almost 600 episodes that you can get on iTunes. He's interviewed just about every single band that you can imagine. And though his focus tends to be more band-oriented, there are some DJs and hip-hop artists that he's interviewed, including Mastermind, who should be up on an upcoming episode of the Rock Paper Podcast. But just the enthusiasm that he has for the music scene and his dedication to bringing a voice to those people, I just think is exceptional. So go on and support Shane and his podcast, which of course is the Rock Paper Podcast.
Fruit of the Boom.
What? Fruit of the Boom.
Tell them who's here, man.
Man, we have some legends. 2 legends sitting
St.
right
Louis,
next.
For my 1 plug this month, I want to mention a project that I'm currently working on. I just wrapped production on a new music video with Najee Person. Najee has assembled a collection of SoundCloud tracks that he's put out over the years into 1 compilation, while also releasing 2 new tracks off of that too, which you can go get for free on his SoundCloud. It's awesome. One of the tracks is called Used To, and he tapped me for creating a music video for this. I just want to give you kind of an idea of what I think about when I'm conceptualizing a music video, and just quickly kind of talk through how I came up with the idea that really drove the production of this video. So the track is called Used To, and I started off by thinking about the word used and things that are used. And my mind just went to cars, because a lot of people drive used cars, and the area of St. Louis that I live in there are used car lots everywhere, all up and down Gravois. So the idea of a used car was appealing to me, and I was trying to figure out how to work that in with the conjunction of the song and what Najee is rapping about. Najee is a very personal rapper. He really engages the listener with relationships, his own relationships and relationship experiences. And I began thinking that used cars are a great metaphor for relationships and how relationships work. In terms of everybody kind of has mileage based off of their previous experiences. And some of that's good, but some of that may cause some baggage. Some people may be kind of breaking down because of things they've experienced in older relationships with people or just life in general. And kind of how, you know, when we go out there and we're projecting ourselves to people to try and date, to try and meet people, it's kind of the same way how like maybe a car salesman would put a spin on a used car or something that he or she was trying to sell. So I thought that was a really effective concept. I love creating metaphors with Najee in his videos because he's such a gifted lyricist that his videos need another layer on top of just looking good and showing him in interesting and unique situations. So that's the basis of the music video. I don't want to give too much away. It should be coming out to you pretty shortly. Go out and support Najee, that new project he put out on SoundCloud, but keep that one on your radar because I think it's going to be something really cool. And finally, let's wrap up the show with 4 things that I think you should be paying attention to here in our scene. First up is the homie Zado. He has a new track out called Big Boy Art. He tapped Rel for the cover art on this and Chase the Money for the beat. You can really tell he is not playing any games. He just eats this Chase the Money beat alive. It's super raw, really hard. I love hearing him hungry. He's certainly out to prove a mission, and this can be added to any playlist where you're trying to turn up. So shout out to Zado, Big Boy Art. This is a can't miss. It's on his SoundCloud for free. We also have a new music video out from Sexxy Red for her cover 1,000 Jugs of the track 1,000 Miles, and this video is crazy. I'm kind of salty because I wish I was the white boy extra that was in it because it's so over the top. But she went viral with this. Twitter, places all over, were retweeting this and giving her love. It's crazy. I love her attitude. It's certainly a don't give a F mentality. And Sexxy Red did her thing. So head on to YouTube. Check that out if you haven't seen it already for her video, 1,000 Jugs. We also have a new video out from TheePharoah of 4 Deep for his track VVS. He tapped SLIKK DARKO on this for a verse, as well as Corey Miller for the video. It's a really fun video. TheePharoah is just, his personality on this thing shines. It's really smooth. Corey Miller let him do their thing, and super catchy tune. Right now, I think this is only available on TheePharoah's Twitter. He's got it as a pinned tweet. So support the home team. Go check him out on Twitter and retweet that video. It is super dope. And last but not least, we have Pharaoh with a new project out that's called Vice City. Alex Oren is all over this thing on the production, and it really plays like a station on GTA for anybody who's played either Vice City or really any of the GTA titles. You can really just get in the whip on this thing and write it on out. It's got a nice mix of sounds. I love Pharaoh's rap style on this. His voice really shines on top of the Alex Oren beats. That's on his SoundCloud. Check it out for free. Another great project from St. Louis. And everybody, that's the end of our show. I really appreciate you tuning in each month, showing love to the 314. I'm really trying to build this up as a brand, as a means to get you in touch with some things that you may have missed or you may not know about here in St. Louis. So I know I can't catch everything, so if you think there are tracks, videos, whatever from St. Louis artists that I'm missing, please get at me on social media. I would love to check it out and feature it on a future episode. But until then, everyone, be safe, and I'll see you soon.
Don't even think, it's all me. I'm all 3, I'm in rock me. Back to sleep, coming light, bring reality. Imagine me free. Bitch, please, walk with me. Dude, what if we was strong? What if good was bad? What if we was wrong? Dude, leave it alone, they gon' feed us tomorrow.